Happy Sunday, everyone. Welcome. We're back.
I'm Carly.
Hey, guys. Hello to everyone out there in live streaming land. Of course, we've got our biggest supporter, Michael, is out there watching us. Thank you for watching yet again. He even gives us a guitar riff. Appreciate
I
it.
love that.
And Blossom and Terrier with us again in Derek's Corner. Hello. So you might notice that Carly has a little different backdrop, not her usual filming location. We'll get into that in just a second when we talk about what we've been doing this week. We'll just hang here for just a moment while we see if we can hit double digits in the viewership. And we got about, let's see, we're coming up on a dozen or so people. See if anyone has anything to comment. If not, I think we might just jump into this thing. All right, I got my script. I got my video. I say we do it in 3,
Yes.
2. Wait, we have a comment. Brian, hello, Brian. Thank you. Yes, we haven't seen Brian in a little while. Oh wow, he got to be on the Sony lot at the same time as Jason Reitman. Excellent. I got to once be on the Paramount lot with Jeremy Piven and literally walked into him. I was walking, we were walking opposite directions, and I was talking to someone and literally bumped into him and didn't realize until afterwards who it was. So, but that's okay because I was just getting my revenge because a few years previous I had seen him on Broadway and he spit on us. So, true story. And hello, John. John finished his religious talking early today, so he can catch up on our podcast. Thank you so much. All right, we got all the usuals here. Oh, we got over 2 dozen people, so we're gonna do this thing in 3, 2, and 1.
Please lower your head and watch your step while boarding.
Welcome to the Attractions Podcast. You are all clear for dispatch. Have fun.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 152 of the Attractions Podcast. I'm Seth.
And I'm Carly.
And we are both here to talk to you about the latest and greatest in theme park news and more, as well as what's going on in our own lives. And I had a nice quiet life at home. I got to go to the Magic Kingdom, see the Festival of Fantasy Parade for the first time in forever. And I got to go to SeaWorld and check out their craft beer festival. And we'll chat a little bit more about that later. But I did not have nearly as an exciting a week as Carly.
It's been a week. So I was at the Polynesian earlier this week, and we went to Tony's at Magic Kingdom, and we tried the new menu. So I have avoided.
Please tell me it's better.
It was amazing. And I am a New Jersey girl, and my husband's from New York. We got the new garlic bread. It was insane. Sit outside on the terrace, watch the cavalcades go by, and it is the best time ever. I promise you. You got to do it.
Because I was going to say, like, you go to Tony's for the location. I've never heard of anyone describing the food at Tony's as amazing before.
Right. So a menu update about like 3 months ago, and I've been putting it off until I've heard a lot of people saying, you have to go, you have to go. And I was like, oh, damn, I have to go.
All right. So I will at least go and check out that garlic bread.
Yes.
And where are you now? You seem to be in a different location than your usual studio.
Yes. So I am in Las Vegas right now.
So jealous.
I love it here. I don't gamble, but I love the restaurant scene. Mm-hmm. So I'm here for the opening of Martha Stewart's new restaurant. So
and I gotta tell you, my wife and I were scrolling social media and saw pictures of you with Martha Stewart and Snoop Dogg, and we were so jealous our heads just exploded.
So they are really friends.
Yes, it's amazing. Yeah, I love it.
So we went to lunch with her yesterday. It was crazy. So I was like at lunch with Martha Stewart casually, and she's like, "No, we're really friends." She's
as
like,
one does.
Right. He came on the show, and when she had the Martha Stewart show, he came on. They made special brownies, she said, and she was like, "We were like best friends ever since." So it's a friendship. It's real.
Yeah, it's we kind of been following their, I don't know, platonic love affair for
Right.
years, and they're just so complete opposites. But watching them together, they're just hilarious, and
Oh my God, it's so funny.
definitely have crossed each other over to whole new audiences.
Right. It's so funny.
You wouldn't think that you'd think the Venn diagram of those demographics wouldn't intersect, but surprisingly, there's a lot of us in the middle who love both Snoop and Martha. So.
Right, and he showed up to her opening, which I thought was so sweet because it's not like he lives in Vegas, you know what I mean? He actually
Right.
came in for it. So I
Right.
heard he was coming, but people bail always, all the time. So he came. So I think it was very nice.
It's so amazing. Save those pictures.
Forever.
All right. Well, without any further ado, I think it is time for us to jump into the news. And we are going to kick off the news in the queue this week with Universal Orlando saying thank you to its annual pass holders with the annual pass holder appreciation days, which are kicking off tomorrow, or today if you're listening to this tomorrow, August 15th, and running all the way through September 30th, 2022.
Right. This is really cool. I love that they do this. You really do feel appreciated as a Universal annual pass holder. It sounds corny, but it's true. And we're going to get the themed magnets again, which I love. And they
inspired by the Mummy, which
Yes.
we'll talk about in just a moment.
Yes. There's going to be special food and beverage offerings. So they basically have kind of like secret annual pass holder food items that only we can get if we show our card, which I love.
The menu of UOAP only menu items this year, they've got, they've definitely stepped up their game with some really interesting creative stuff. They've got Dan Dan noodles at Confisco Grill, which they serve those in Hollywood, and I absolutely love them. So I hope it's a similar recipe. Crab okonomiyaki at Lombard's Landing. A island chicken pancit bowl over in Volcano Bay. They've even got special stuff like crab rangoon at the hotels over at the Royal Pacific. Some really creative additions that you can only get, you can only order if you show your annual pass holder card.
Right. And like the hotel rates, they have been insane. You can usually get Endless Summer for like $60, $70, which is just amazing.
I mean, they're advertising that Cabana Bay rates start at $109 per night, and it's been a long time since I've been able to get a night at Cabana Bay for close to $100.
Yeah.
Back in the day when it first opened, yes, but yeah, that's it. As those hotels get more and more popular, it's harder and harder to find those good deals. So it's a great time if you're a pass holder. And honestly, like, just the fact that all we hear out of Disney is they're not letting people renew passes. People who have passes can't get any reservations, lawsuits going on. It's nice to hear positive things about an annual pass holder program. Universal definitely seems to have made a way to make this work for them. And as I mentioned at the top, that magnet, they used to give us a free magnet every month, and it went away for a little while, but it looks like at least for pass holder days they're bringing them back, and it's got a scarab beetle on it, and of course UOAPs know that's all about Revenge of the Mummy, which was supposed to be reopened by now. Latest word is they had a fairly successful team member preview last night. It was supposed to only go till 5 p.m. and I think they extended it all the way till 9. I'm hearing the ride feels great. It looks great. There are no major changes. From what I hear, Brendan still gets his cup of coffee, or does not get his cup of coffee, but demands it. But they haven't stripped out the old theming or anything like that. So it's still just a polished up version of the ride that everyone loves.
Right. And that made me excited because I think it's perfect as it is. It's kitschy. It is what it is, but I needed a little bit smoother.
Yeah. Well, there was a lot of speculation when they rethemed the exit shop, and they put a lot of little Easter eggs and details. Folks thinking that meant they're going to retheme the entire ride. And interestingly, while the folks who do the gift shops do talk to the folks who do the rides, they're a completely separate team. Creative and visual merchandising are totally separate teams, and so the folks who do the tribute store have a lot more to do with the people who do the gift shop for the exit ride than the people actually working on the ride. The more you know. So and a quick comment. Yes, John Self. I mentioned at the top of that I was looking forward to the Dan noodles, and they are the same ones that they had back in May, so those are quite tasty. Check those out. Okay, moving on from Universal. Next up, Sip and Savor Fest is arriving at SeaWorld San Antonio's Beer Fest. That's running, started on August 12th, runs through September 11th, including Labor Day on the weekends. And it's bringing an Oktoberfest vibe to the San Antonio Park with 75 different beers and bites.
Wow. So this is like the beer fest at the sister park, Busch Gardens, Tampa Bay. So this is pretty cool. I'm happy they're bringing this to San Antonio. This is really good.
Yeah. So obviously you've got to be 21 and up if you want to purchase some of those beer samples representing more than 50 domestic beers and 19 international brews. But the whole family can enjoy the Oktoberfest entertainment, including the West Coast Prost Polka Band. I can never get enough of polka.
I love it. Yeah. And so they don't have quite the beer selection as some of the other parks, but still 75 is impressive.
Yeah, they've got samplings of Spartan Lager, Optimator, Dunkel, Franz Kahnerer, Hefe, and Pilsner Urquell, plus domestic beers from Busted Sandal, Four Corners Brewing, and of course, America's oldest brewing company, Yingling, which is my house beer.
I love it. And there's food too. So
yes,
your bratwurst, there's chicken bratwurst, beer cheese schnitzel with sauteed onions, potato pancakes. So the whole Oktoberfest vibe.
If you're looking for sausages, potato pancakes, giant pretzels, this is the place to come. Fridays through Sundays. And the admission to the festival is included with a regular park admission, but obviously you have to pay for the bites and the brews. They're doing sampling lanyards, a pretty good deal, 10 7-ounce samples for $40. Details on all of that are at SeaWorldSanAntonio.com. Now, I did mention that I got to go to the craft beer festival that is happening right now at SeaWorld Orlando. They hosted us for a media night the other night. Very thankful. I really enjoyed the food. They were very generous with lanyards, and they've got a new executive chef who has come up from working on some high-end restaurants in Miami. And he's added some really good Latin-inspired dishes to the menu. They had a birria taco with a little side dipping of tomato soup, and that was excellent. There's drunken ribs, which were great. There are a lot of new items on the menu, but I just wanted to mention this, and I think this may also apply in San Antonio. Noticed something at SeaWorld for the first time ever, which is since my last visit there about 4 months ago, they've quietly added little stickers in fine print to the bottom of every menu saying an additional 5% surcharge will be applied to everything purchased. And, some of these are old menus that they've slapped the sticker on. Some of these are brand new menus that they had to print up with that on it. And I'm just wondering, couldn't you just raise your price so I know what I'm paying when I walk up and I see a price?
Right.
Disney and Universal have gone around and added 50 cents or $1 here or there to things. All businesses have. Inflation is crazy. I don't necessarily know that SeaWorld's costs have gone up a flat 5%, nor do I believe they have started paying their frontline employees an additional 5% more. So I'm curious whose pocket that 5% is going into. But if you want to charge more, charge more. Just tell me up front, and don't make me do extra math, because it feels deceptive.
Right. It's about being transparent, and I feel like charge me whatever, but have that little bit is very odd. People are very upset about it, though. If you look on socials, people do not like it because it is bizarre.
I probably got, I was there and I posted lots of stuff about the food and the drinks, but I probably got a lot more comments on my post about the surcharge than I ever did on any of the. So SeaWorld, it's not worth it. It's a brand withdrawal, as we would say. Don't do that. Don't do that. Be better. Okay, moving on. Something good to talk about the SeaWorld parks, though. Hallow Williamsburg. That's at Busch Gardens, Williamsburg, sister park to SeaWorld. That is returning with new haunted houses and a new host. And I'm a big fan of the Williamsburg park. And I would love to make it out there for this event that is starting on Friday, September 9th.
Right. And so I'm intrigued by the evil host. Like,
yeah.
Why is he evil? He or she evil? I need to know.
Well, it seems like he is the host of a ghoulish game show in which every guest is a contestant, and they're led to their destiny by the master of ceremonies. So I don't know, maybe he's like a Bob Barker or, sorry, Drew Carey type. Sorry, I'm dating myself by mentioning Bob Barker. But in addition to what sounds like this live game show, there's also going to be 5 haunted houses, 5, they call them territories instead of scare zones, 4 shows, 2 party zones, and unsuspecting scares around every turn.
I think we're due for a visit back. We talk about this all
every
the time.
time we talk. Yes, and it's funny. My college reunion, my big round number anniversary is coming up there because I went to school in Williamsburg. And one of these days I will use that as an excuse to get up there. I'm curious, the Busch Parks have started sharing some of the ideas for their haunted houses. So they are going to get a version of Deathwater Bayou.
My favorite.
Yeah, great house. And they're also getting Nevermore Chapter 2. And I remember back in the day, both Busch Gardens Tampa and Universal Halloween Horror Nights one year both had Edgar Allan Poe themed haunted houses. Comparing them back to back, Nevermore, the one that Busch did, was really, really good.
Right.
So I'm curious to see how they are creating a sequel to that one.
Yeah, this is really cool. And they're also doing new territories, which you mentioned. And these sound really awesome. There's the Gorgon Gardens. So basically you're staring into the soulless eyes of serpent sisters.
Yes, don't look into Medusa's eyes or else you'll turn to stone. And I also like they've got, instead of Fairy Tale Road, Scary Tale Road.
Yeah, this is really awesome, and I feel like we should go back. So
yeah, and the great thing is that unlike a lot of parks that have a separate hard ticket event, for this one, if you purchase a 2023 fun card, which is basically an annual pass for 2023, they will throw in this Hollow Scream for free. So that's a great deal. And you can purchase those at Busch Gardens website. That's buschgardens.com/Williamsburg. And as we said, kicks off September 9th, runs through October 31st. Okay. Moving on and up, Glenwood Caverns Adventure Park has unveiled the highest looping roller coaster in the entire country. And I bet you're thinking, where? What? Who? Right. So Glenwood Springs, Colorado, there is an adventure park that's basically on the top of the mountain. They have built a roller coaster. The roller coaster itself might not necessarily be the tallest roller coaster in the country because of where it's located. It's got the highest elevation and features an exhilarating 102-degree free fall drop of 110 feet.
Ooh, I really only know about this park through like TikTok and Instagram Reels because it is very kind of Insta-worthy. People take videos up there, and it looks beautiful.
Oh my God, the view is absolutely stunning.
Yeah,
if you're watching our feed, you can see for miles and miles and miles. And this is like we mentioned, the steepest free fall drop in the Western United States, and the location is at 7,123 feet above sea level. So, more than a mile high before you even climb onto the roller coaster. So you can see the Colorado River, you can see the South Canyon, you can see the city of Glenwood Springs as you go up that 75-foot lift hill. And it's one of those vertical lift hills. It's a Gerstaller. So you basically go straight up and steeper than straight down. 98-foot twisted top hat, 111-foot high-speed banana roll, 41-foot zero-G heart line roll. So it's a fairly intense coaster if it wasn't already on the top of a mountain.
Right. So this is probably something I will opt out. But if someone does it, please let us know. This looks very.
I mean, I think at that height, I would just need an oxygen mask.
Right.
Like already, it's like there are airplanes going below you at this point. So this actually had its grand opening back on July 9th, and it's been open to regular guests since July 16th. And their summer season runs through the end of October. So you got a couple months to get out there. GlenwoodCaverns.com is the place to go for information. And I think Brian might be on the same page as you are with his comment. No thanks.
No thanks.
I'll try. You want to fly me out there, folks? Glenwood Caverns, if you're listening, you want to put me on a plane, I'll strap a GoPro on and check this one out for you. No problem. Just don't tell my wife because she would be. All right. Also, talking about the middle of the country where we don't often get into, Altoona, Iowa. Their Adventureland resort is anticipating an invasion by Vikings in 2023 with 2 brand new rides, a family suspended coaster and a log flume.
Right. And this is going to be the park's 7th roller coaster. Super impressive. We don't really ever talk about the Midwest, the West, Pacific Northwest. They don't really have a lot. And so they're finally getting their time.
Yeah. I mean, we've had some Midwest parks like Lost Island we've talked about recently popping up. This one is going to boost this park with a ride called the Flying Viking, which is going to be about 1,300 feet of twisting, turning track, only about 50 feet tall, and the height requirement's only going to be 36 inches. So this one is definitely one for an aspirational coaster, as they like to say, for the youngsters. But they're also going to have the first super flume in the Midwest, which is 6-person Viking ship boats going down plunges up to 40 feet, multiple splashdowns along the 1,200 feet of track. And that one's going to have a 42-inch. Both of these made by Zamperla, who do really good work.
Yeah, this is exciting. I haven't considered going there yet, but now I kind of want to go after this announcement.
Yeah. So these are going to be the 10th and 11th family-friendly rides that this park has added since it was purchased by Palace Entertainment last year. So they're putting an investment into this park, and it's definitely a lot more reasonably priced than some of the parks on the coasts. Right now you can get $50 off on a gold season pass for 2023, and they'll throw in the rest of 2022.
It's a good deal.
Yep. So check out adventurelandresort.com for more information. Next up, Carowinds is announcing 50 years of Carolina fun in honor of its 50th anniversary. We've got a couple 50s that we're going to be talking about today, but this one is celebrating the park in Charlotte, North Carolina that opened in 1973, and it is going to be celebrating with new rides, attractions, and dining outlets.
Yes, and this is going to start next year when they open for their 2023 season. So they close, like a lot of the regional parks, they close for winter, and so they'll reopen in the spring. And this looks really cool. I haven't gone yet, but I'm trying to get there for their haunt event this year, which has been a long-running one.
So this limited time 50th anniversary celebration, like you said, kickoff for the 2023 season, and it's going to include the debut of a new area called Aeronautica Landing that's going to celebrate the state's spirit of invention and aviation. 5 new attractions, and 1 rethemed ride, all flat rides. It looks like they've got a disco, they've got a couple spinners, but all themed to the history of flight and aviation. So
Yes.
that's kind of neat. And they've even got a new craft beer bar coming with an outdoor patio. Looks like it's got a airport terminal theme, and that's just part of the expansion, which is also going to include another snack spot and a game zone with some midway games.
Yeah, this looks really cool. It's exciting to see this kind of work being done at some of the smaller parks. So I feel like now is a good time to start planning those trips there.
Yeah, for sure. They are already selling gold season passes for 2023 for $120 for a season pass. So yeah, that's a bargain. And that includes unlimited visits, free parking for not just all of 2023, but also the rest of the current season. And you'll even get admission to that Carowinds haunt event included in that.
And the water park too. So
Yep.
that's a really good deal.
So if you are listening to this right now on August 14th, you have until the end of the day today to purchase those and get a Fast Lane pass thrown in for free through the end of October. That is definitely a deal. Brian in our comments is mentioning that it would be really cool to do a cross-state trip. You could do Kings Island, you could do Carowinds, and maybe extend that into Virginia, hit up Williamsburg and
Dollywood
Kings
too.
Dominion. Yeah, make it a big trip, hit Dollywood too. Why not? That sounds like a plan. So if you want to plan that for yourself, head on over to carowinds.com. All right, next up, another 50th anniversary is being celebrated by Worlds of Fun in Kansas City, Missouri. Not Kansas City, Kansas. They are throwing a party for their 50th anniversary during the 2023 season, and the highlight of that is going to be a reimagining of its Zambezi Zinger roller coaster, plus new pyrotechnics show and all new theming all throughout the park.
Right, and this is really cool. So the amusement and water park invites guests to travel the globe during 2023. So they're doing kind of a nostalgia thing, which I love. I love laying into the backstory, the history.
Yeah, and part of this park's history is the original Zinger roller coaster. They've got some kind of before and after pictures of the old nostalgic version of it and a look at what it's going to be. It's definitely a hybrid coaster that is going to use a wooden understructure and then galvanized steel track. It's going to be higher, it's going to be faster, but it's going to be still buried in the trees. So lots of great head choppers, I'm sure. And they're calling it a way to connect the park's legendary past with an exciting future.
Yes, I feel like this is my time now. I have to go there.
Yeah. Also, to celebrate, they're going to have a 50 Nights of Fire pyrotechnics show. To rock out some of the greatest musical hits from 1973 to 1923 with fireworks accompanying. And if you are interested in this, I would definitely check out. We have posted a POV rendering of what the new roller coaster is supposed to look like. It's a great looking rendering. We've got that on our YouTube. If that gets you excited, you can go ahead right now and buy a pass for only $94. And if you do that by today, August 14th, you will get a free single day Fall Fright and Fast Lane pass that you can use this year. So a lot of great deals on these seasonal parks right now. This is a great time of year to buy a pass for next year and get the rest of this year thrown in free.
Agreed. And like they have free parking,
Mm-hmm.
there's discounts, they have bring a friend tickets. So yeah, this is a good time to support these parks.
Yep. Worldsoffun.com is the place to go for more deets. Okay, Canada's Wonderland is adding 2 new rides. It's going to include a Snoopy roller coaster and a first of the world attraction. And this blew my mind. This is going to bring them up to 18 roller coasters, which makes Canada's Wonderland one of the most roller coaster heavy parks in North America, if not the world.
Right. This is exciting. So I've been to Toronto many times, and I've always say I'm going to go to Wonderland.
Yeah.
I'm going the next time. This is like a park that I have to go to, and it's really very easily accessible from there. So this looks amazing, and especially with these new upgrades. I mean, it's a small park. It's only 300 acres, but what they do is they just pack the attractions in.
Yeah, 200 attractions packed into 300 acres, which is kind of crazy.
Right.
And they've already got 17 roller coasters, which I had no clue it was that up to that many. Number 18 is going to be Snoopy's Racing Railway, family-friendly coaster. It's going to be a launch coaster that goes from 0 to 31 miles an hour in just a few seconds. And lots of little dips and turns, no loops, definitely kid friendly, but all themed to trying to avoid traps set up by Woodstock and his bad seed gang. Gotta watch out for Woodstock. He's a troublemaker.
And then also coming is the Tundra Twister. So this is the one that is the first of its kind in the world, and they're saying it's a new sensation for thrills. So
this is what they call a flat ride, but there's not a lot that's very flat about it. It looks like it's kind of a giant swinging pendulum that then has rotating arms covered in seats attached to it. So it looks like you are going to twirl 360 degrees, flip upside down, go about 150 feet in the air, and go up to almost 50 miles an hour. So definitely not for the faint of heart. Put the kiddies on Snoopy and send the teenagers to this one.
Yeah, this looks intense. I mean, going almost 50 miles an hour as you're swinging like a pendulum.
Yeah, that's pretty hardcore. They're all going to be right around each other. So it looks like you're being able to see one from the other. It's all going to be there starting in 2023, which you can see for yourself with a gold pass. And once again, buy a 2023 gold pass, get in the park for the rest of this season for unlimited visits. Here's the thing, those gold passes, you can do an online monthly payment, and it comes out to $8.66 a month, which is like cheaper than the new Disney Plus plan with ads.
Right.
So
and you get included the Halloween haunt and their Winterfest. So
yep. You can check out all of that at canadaswonderland.com. And talking more about nostalgia and new themed rides, Cedar Point in Sandusky, Ohio is going to open their new boardwalk area in May of 2023. It's going to include a new Wild Mouse roller coaster and other major enhancements that sort of have a nostalgic look back at the history of the park.
Yeah, this is pretty incredible. I love that they're doing that because this is just such a legendary park, and I'm sure there's so many multi-generational families that visited. It is definitely a place to go and one of the best, amusement parks in our country.
Mm-hmm. And a lot of people don't know, long before they were one of America's coaster capitals, it was like a seaside amusement area, and one of the big attractions was the Grand Pavilion. So they had dances and concerts, and that opened all the way back in 1888. Crazy how long ago. So they have now built a new Grand Pavilion, a 2-story one, that's going to anchor this new area. It's going to have a new restaurant, a bar, and it's going to have great views of the lake and the beach.
Yeah, this looks amazing. And I'm getting kind of those just like Coney Island, just like old school vibes. So I love that. They are all about the coasters, and that's what they're known for. But to have this is really cool.
Yeah. So to honor the park's 153-year history, they're going to be taking 2 of the park's current attractions, the Matterhorn and the Scrambler, and they're going to relocate these over to the boardwalk. Scrambler is going to be renamed the Atomic Scrambler. They're also refreshing some of the existing rides there, but the big deal is that there's going to be a new Zamperla Wild Mouse, and this is one of their spinning models. So it's not huge; it's only 52 feet tall, but those spinning cars make it a lot of fun.
Oh yes, I mean I love the Wild Mouse. It's so classic, but to be able to spin doing it, it's gonna be really fun.
Yep. And the height requirement on that one's only going to be 42 inches, as long as you've got a parent with you, or 48 inches if you're unaccompanied. So perfect tween ride there. Anyway, as we've been mentioning with all of these parks, it's Gold Pass season, folks.
Yes.
$99. They are
$99.
bringing, to get a season pass to a park with this much to offer for under $100. Especially when we could talk about a lot of other parks have been very explicitly in their recent earnings calls talking about raising their prices and not having these kind of basically day camp passes that that are very popular with families. Well, they're still doing it. $99 Gold Pass, unlimited admission for the rest of this year and all of next season. And that also includes the water park and parking and their Halloween event.
Wow.
And you can get early entry added on if you get a platinum pass. And that includes all the Cedar Fair parks all across the country. So if we do that road trip, we should invest in one of those platinum passes
Yes.
for sure. Yeah. So as Brian says, this sounds very promising for Cedar Point. Yeah, if you don't live too far from Sandusky, this sounds like a great thing to check out. Just maybe not during the winter, because it's cold. It gets real cold in the
Very
winter.
cold.
Yeah. So head on over to cedarpoint.com for more information. And for our very final bit of news in the queue,
very exciting.
2023 is bringing a brand new Fiesta Village and a reimagined roller coaster to Knott's Berry Farm in Buena Park, California. And this is one that I'm looking forward to because this little corner of the park had so much potential, and they are now really doubling down on celebrating Hispanic culture. And that's a demographic that really supports this park. Every time I am in Knott's Berry Farm, I see that there are a lot of Hispanic families in the park, enjoying the park, and this is going to really kind of dedicate to those cultural influences that influence Knott's Berry Farm over the years.
Right. And like you said, that area is just so special. I always have loved it. It definitely feels dated now, so it needs a refresher. But they have a lot of space to work with. And so it's always one of my favorite parks to walk through, grab a drink, grab some food. So to see what they're doing with it makes me very excited.
Yeah, the big anchor is going to be the makeover of Montezuma's Revenge, which is going to be renamed Montezuma the Forbidden Fortress. They're going to redecorate the queue with a new storyline and theme based around treasure hunters who are getting caught by traps that have been set to protect Montezuma's gold. And the really neat thing is this is going to now have a randomized launch. This is a shuttle coaster that was one of the very first flywheel launch systems, actually the very first flywheel launch in the world. They don't make them like this anymore, folks. It's one of those that launches you up a big hill and then you go backwards. Well, now it looks like you're not going to know whether it's going to launch you forwards or launch you backwards. It might be different every time. So that's really cool. Definitely add some re-rideability to that attraction.
Right. I mean, I loved this before the reimagination, so I can't even imagine what it's going to be like after. It's going to be great. And they're leaning into the storytelling, which, so many of their attractions are really heavy in the story. So this is an exciting time for Knott's. And also they're doing the hotel. So they have a lot.
So the whole area around Fiesta Village that surrounds the roller coaster is going to get updates to the stage, updates to the restaurants. they're still going to be able to get carne asada fries, but there's going to be a new place for specialty beverages, a new open air market, lots of fun, authentic shopping and dining options. And I love the fact that they're going to theme part of it to the pardon my pronunciation, I'm sorry, Alebrijes, the mythical creatures you might remember from Coco. They're sort of the spirit animals of the dream world from Mexican folklore, and they're really colorful. And there's going to be a whole area inspired by them that's going to include street food. So that sounds just fantastic. But yeah, the Knott's Berry Farm Hotel. So here's the thing. Knott's has a hotel that is super convenient to the park, has really, really low prices, and I have never stayed there because it has not been in the greatest of repair. Just not the best shape.
I stayed there when we went to the Berry Festival. Festival.
Oh, yeah, we met up there, right?
It is dated.
Yes.
So just imagine a 1980s motel on iDrive in Orlando, like that style of it's a preservation of a time long ago.
Yes. And so what this is going to be preserving the past in a hopefully a better way, because they are going to retheme everything around the love story between the park's founders Walter and Cordelia Knott and their historic roots of the community. So there's going to be some Old West theming. There's going to be some nods to Cordelia's famous fried chicken dinners, and it's going to have a kind of they call it country chic. So they're going to update the rooms. They're even going to have family-sized rooms that sleep up to 6 guests. They're going to have a mini kitchenette. So some really great options if you're going to be staying there. I am curious if they're still going to have optional tuck-ins from Snoopy.
I was just about to say, they haven't brought that back since
the pandemic. So hopefully they can reintroduce some stuff like that.
Oh yeah, that's so special.
So here's the deal, though. They're not shutting down the hotel to do these updates to the rooms and to the public areas. They're just going to be doing it sort of in rotation as it goes along. So if you are booking a room there, be sure to request a updated room. And Brian points out in our chat that the hotel definitely needs some TLC, and all the new food and drinks should be a big bump to the park. So
absolutely. I mean, it's just so convenient to be able to just walk right there. And they have a great restaurant in the lobby with a bar, and it's very affordable. So I feel like this is hopefully they keep the prices in that same general, range because it's a nice option there to be able to stay, and you're staying on site and it's very affordable.
Yeah. We also got some more information about their seasonal events. They're having a peanut celebration in January and February. Boysenberry Fest, which I love, is coming back from March and April. And Ghost Town Alive, which is their amazing interactive experience, is going to come back again in summer of 2023, along with summer night music and DJs. And of course, it wouldn't be Halloween without Not Spooky Farm, the kind of original Halloween theme park event. So yeah, they've got a full year of stuff. You're going to be able to check it all out if you get a season pass now, which is right now regular season pass $130, crazy cheap. So yeah, and a gold pass will only cost you $170, and that includes unlimited admission to both the park and the water park. So just keep in mind, if you're buying one of these passes for your kid who is under 18, you are not going to just be dumping them off at the park on the weekends like you used to. Knott's, along with other places, have been clamping down on that. So check the fine print before you buy these for your kids. Okay, well, that brings us to the end of the news in the queue. And I think without any further ado, it's time to get into our main attraction.
It's time for the main attraction.
And this week's main attraction, Universal Orlando, has announced that the holidays are back across the entire resort. Starts on November 12th and is running this year through January 1st of 2023 with almost all of your favorite holiday events and characters.
Yes, I love this. I think it may be my favorite of the holiday celebrations of
Mhm.
domestic parks. You have Christmas in the Wizarding World of Harry Potter. You have the beloved Grinchmas. And then, of course, you have the holiday parade featuring the Macy's floats.
Yep.
And it is incredible. They do such a great job with it. It's included with your ticket. It is perfect.
Yeah, and we had a couple of years there where a lot of the offerings were kind of pared back or scaled back, but almost everything is back in full force. Like you mentioned, Christmas in the Wizarding World is a really special time, gorgeous decor. I love the special holiday themed version of Celestina Warbeck's show that they do. They've also got a fun Christmas version of the Hogwarts Frog Choir. And best of all, they do the Christmas version of their nighttime projection show on Hogwarts Castle, which is really beautiful. Some great animation, and I love the scene at the end where the Weasley twins
Yes.
turn the whole thing into like giant fireworks and gags. So that is a lot of fun. And of course, over in Universal Studios Florida, the full holiday parade is back, featuring Macy's balloons. Hopefully, you will be able to volunteer for some of those floats again. Santa Claus will be back as always, along with the lighting of the big Christmas tree in the New York area. So that is full force. And then I know you love Grinchmas.
Yeah, love, 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 love Grinchmas. So I'm excited this is back. They smash this part because the casting is so good and their costumes are amazing. I don't if you saw it last year, the Whoville people had like designer purses that were themed to Grinchmas. It was like Who Vuitton. It was really, really cool. They really do just like the intricate detailing, and that's what I appreciate.
Yeah, and if you haven't seen the Grinchmas musical show in a few years, they relocated it from a soundstage into the former Blue Man Group Theater, and it's so much nicer in there. The seats are more comfortable,
Right.
the sight lines are better, great lighting, everything about it, definitely worth seeing. And it also includes music, of course, by Mannheim Steamroller, and they will be back live
Right.
for 2 weekends of concerts over in Music Plaza after the holiday parade. And those concerts are always really well attended because they're free, included in regular park admission.
Right. I mean, you can't beat that. I mean, they
Mhm.
play the biggest of spaces, so to be able to get
Mhm.
included with your park admission is amazing.
Now, one thing I have noticed, so they have said that the photo op with the Grinch is coming back, and that is just fantastic. They do that over in the bookstore in Seuss Landing, and he's got the prosthetic makeup just like Jim Carrey in the film, and they are so funny and so interactive, and they're back to being able to hug people. Uh, if you want to hug a Grinch, I don't know, that's up to
Right.
you.
But they're just like comedy gold.
Yeah,
You know, they interact
absolutely.
with you. They say
But
the most insane stuff.
But the one thing that I have not seen in any of the press releases, I've not found it on the website yet, is the character breakfast with the Grinch.
Right.
They would always do in Circus McGurkus a morning meet and greet and a breakfast with the Grinch and other characters. And that's a lot of fun. Universal has not yet brought back any of their character dining. They're not doing the Marvel character dinner. They're not doing the Minions breakfast. And I was really hoping that this would be the return of character dining, but right now I don't see it on the schedule. So we're going to have to keep tuned for that.
Right. And I feel like we're gonna get maybe more announcements because they also didn't mention the tribute store.
That's
So
true. That's true. So and we know that they love those tribute stores. So there's
right.
got to be something coming there.
Yes, it has to be more.
Um, we do know that there are additional holiday festivities coming all across the resort. The hotels get decked out, and they're going to have special food and merchandise. And they are offering a special vacation package that gets you about 30% off when you book a 5-night stay along with a 5-night park ticket. But yeah, they are promising that there's going to be more details revealed soon. So hopefully a Grinchmas breakfast will be part of that.
Fingers are crossed.
Yeah, I love the Christmas celebrations in all the parks. To be honest, it's kind of blowing my mind that it is now August 14th and we're already deep into Halloween. I went to Magic Kingdom the day before the first Boo to You or Not So Scary party, and seeing all the
pumpkins.
all the pumpkins, all the fall Halloween decor up when it is mid-August blows my mind. So, sure, let's talk about Christmas in August. No problem. Why not?
It's nice to celebrate something. So I am like all in now.
Yeah.
I'm all in.
Yeah, it's always good to have something to look forward to. Brian points out that Universal has not released any of the Celestina Warbeck Christmas music. That would be great if you could get that on iTunes or Spotify or something. I would totally go for that. All right. Well, I think that just about wraps up our show for this week. I want to thank you all for joining us once again, spending your Sunday with us. And also, please remind you to give us a review on Apple Podcasts and a rating on Spotify. It really helps get the word out. If you want more coverage from us and Attractions Magazine on the internet, you can find me at the UG Series on Twitter, at the Unofficial Guides on Instagram, and at theunofficialguides.com. You can pick up a copy of my books. The brand new Walt Disney World guidebook for 2023 just came out. So buy 3 copies, please. Carly, where can everyone follow your amazing adventures?
Yes, I am on Twitter at Carly Caramana and Instagram Adventures by Carly.
Awesome. And Attractions Magazine, you can find us always at attractionsmagazine.com, at Attractions on Twitter, at Attractions Magazine on Instagram, and at youtube.com/attractionsmagazine. And hey, we've joined TikTok at Attractions. So go check that out. Until next week, I hope that you folks stay safe. I hope, Carly, you fly safe back home.
We shall see.
Everyone, please try something new, and most importantly, have fun.
Yes.
And we will see you again next week.
See you
Bye.
soon.